Hey everybody, welcome to Peaches and Power Bombs. I'm Tina and this is Sarah.
Hey, how are
And
you doing?
we welcome everybody here. Oh girl, I've been through the ringer the past couple days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yesterday I went to the doctor because I was having some abdominal pain and some nausea,
Hmm.
and went to see the doctor, and my doctor said, um, well, my blood pressure was up and my pulse was up too, and I had a little bit of a fever. And she was like, "What is going on? We got to
Hmm.
get you checked out." So, where I go is a huge medical facility. They have doctor's offices upstairs, and then they have an urgent care downstairs. And so they took me to the urgent care, and I had to get blood work done and an ultrasound, checking almost every digestive organ you can
Hmm.
think of. Got all that done. Was there for 6 hours.
Oh gosh.
Oh man. Thankfully, all of my organs are fine. Yay!
Yay!
No gallstones. No gallstones. No liver disease. Nothing like that. But they suspect an ulcer, so I'm on medication for the next 4 weeks, and I have to see a gastroenterologist. So,
Mm,
but I'm doing okay. I'm here.
good. I'm glad.
I might have to turn my microphone off a couple times, but other than that, you know, we're going to keep it short and sweet tonight. We have a lot to talk about, even with just the three things that we have on our list. So let's go ahead
Hmm.
and jump into it.
All
Anybody
right.
watching, feel free to like and comment, and we'll pull it up on the screen. We'll talk about it, okay?
Like, subscribe, and share. Tell everybody how awesome we are.
Yes. Oh, girl. The news from a couple days ago.
Yes, it seems like everybody but us has something to say about this.
I know. I know. We were going to talk about it Tuesday, but little me and my little ulcer just was not having it, I guess.
Hmm. You're fine. So I want to hear your thoughts about this. I know for me it was shocking, but I want to see what you think about it. What, right?
Okay, so I've met Cody
Hmm.
right there. I've met Cody, and it was back in the March of 2019. So it was right before their pay-per-view Double or Nothing. It was their first official AEW pay-per-view. They had already done an All In, but it wasn't
I
AEW.
got you. Yeah. Hmm.
And it was before that, and they were still kind of doing the card stuff and everything. And I was at a DDP yoga event here in Atlanta, and Cody showed up for it, and I got to meet him. And there's a funny story behind me meeting Cody. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, he was so excited about AEW, and he was asking me, he was like, "So, how long have you been a wrestling fan?" And I said, "Oh gosh, Cody, since I was 5 years old, and I'm, 32 at the
Hmm.
time." And he goes, "Man," and I was like, and I watched it with my dad when I was really little, and I just grew up watching it with him.
Hmm.
He goes, "Well, that's what we're trying to do with AEW is we want to make wrestling for people who like wrestling and not just for, the passersby or whatever."
Hmm.
So he just seemed so passionate about it, so happy about finally being able to do something meaningful in the business and, bring another product to wrestling fans. So this, I'm just shocked. I don't know what to think, especially with the rumors of where he's going.
I know, right? Yeah, I'm just as mind blown as you. Um, you know, everybody's guess is as good as mine, I think. Everybody's got all kinds of theories. There's all kinds of rumors going around, and you're just like, oh gosh. You
Mhm.
know, Cody, whatever decision he makes, I hope it's beneficial for him, for
Right.
Brandy, for the Rhodes family. There's, the first thing I thought was I said, man, he must have demanded a lot of money for
Mhm.
Tony Khan to not reach an agreement with him. But I don't know. Like, I've heard all kinds of things, and some of them are pretty asinine. But
Mhm.
then you have some you're like, you know what? They got a point.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I think I heard some rumors that he might have been asking for some CM Punk money, and Tony Khan was like,
Girl, uh-uh.
mm,
I don't know.
I don't know either, and because it's the main thing. The reason why it's so shocking because AEW was like Cody's baby, like
He was the spirit of that place.
yes, and I'm like, what on earth? And then you have those people. Oh, it's a work. They're trying to work.
No. No, if it was a work, Brandy Rhodes wouldn't have stepped away from her position backstage. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as far as this next move goes, who knows? I mean, yeah, I was just like mind blown, speechless. I was just like, wow. It's like one of those things you never saw coming, and
No,
it's
not in a million years.
no,
I
and it's
figured
go ahead.
I figured if something ever happened with AEW, like at the very end of WCW, and you can just see it's crashing and burning and stuff,
Hmm.
and like Sting was like the last person there. It seemed like, and it's just going up in flames around them, and they're like, "I'm fine, I'm fine." That would have been Cody to me. Like AEW's
Right.
on fire, but there's Cody going, "I'm fine, I'm fine." So
This is fine. We're
yeah.
good. Oh
Okay,
my
we got some
gosh.
comments.
Oh, we got
I
some.
my our friend Molly is here.
Hi. Thank you. Y'all
We got
commenting makes our day. Trust me.
Yes, it does. Knowing that you guys are watching, we have a lot of comments from Carlos. He says, "I have heard different rumors that he was backstage at Raw, and this is a work. He will be back later. It's a storyline." No, I don't think. He says he also heard he will be back at Revolution in form of faction and turn heel.
Yeah, these are all the things that I'm hearing, and I'm like, does anybody even know? I don't.
I don't think so.
Nobody knows, but Cody and Brandy.
Yeah.
Whatever their next move is, we'll find out sooner rather than later. But it's just everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a theory, and I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my gosh, like if he shows up on WWE, I'm just gonna be like, um, really?
Yeah,
That
especially after everything. The
yeah,
whole taking the sledgehammer to Triple H's throne, the golden shovel, all of those things, and all of the little snide remarks that he's
awkward.
made. It's not gonna. I don't understand if he goes back to the
Yeah, I
WWE.
yeah, and I'm just like, then it was the 100% a money issue, and you're just like, why? Because money, when it comes to your happiness, money isn't everything, and there's so many people that kind of back that up. Like, I was so unhappy. I was making a lot of money, but I was so unhappy. Like, why would
Yeah.
you put yourself through that? Anybody that thinks Cody's gonna have like creative direction, creative control if he goes back to WWE. No. That's not happening. Look how WWE is right now. That's not happening.
No.
I mean, no. They only let certain ones do so much.
Mm-hmm.
Cody built, like Cody took something and just made, with AEW, and he made it. I mean, it's astronomical what he did. Once you think about it, I seriously doubt that WWE would even want Cody to come back. But I don't know.
I don't know.
It's kind of like when Eric Bischoff showed up on Raw, and you're like, oh my God, hell froze over.
Yeah.
But, and when Bischoff showed up, WCW had already been gone for 2 years. AEW is thriving. And, Cody just stepping away, like, what the hell? Like, I don't know.
Oh, my mama's in the chat. Everybody say hi to mom.
Hi, mama.
Yeah, I'm just so I don't understand why. I mean, I know probably maybe having children can change people and change your mindset on how you look at things and finances and everything, but it's not like he was going broke. I mean,
No.
he was making money with AEW, he was making money with Roads to the Top, he was making money on the Go Big show, and okay, dude.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It could be anything. All I know is he's probably not going to be on Talk is Jericho soon, explaining why he stepped away.
You never know. Or, they could do the WWE version and have him come on the Broken Skull segment.
Yeah, right. Oh my God.
Carlos says it'll be real if they cancel his 2 shows. Yeah.
Oof. I don't know.
I don't know. And him being on those things was good for AEW because it was getting faces out there.
Yeah.
And
the thing too is Cody is so smart when it comes to promotion and stuff, because when they were doing the All In and all that, they had like a pre-show on, I think, WGN, and I remember him pointing out, this reaches X amount of households and blah blah blah. Like, you knew where your demographic was. That's smart.
Yeah. He's not stupid. That's for
no
sure.
So I'm hoping whatever.
We'll see.
I just wondering. I don't know. Just whatever he does, I hope it's the best. Best for him. I hope he doesn't make a mistake. And it just seems so off-putting. Just best way.
Even when he was at our show that we went to back in December with Atlanta, he seemed so passionate about being there and being able to do a really good moment for everyone. And it's not like he's going to be able to do that in WWE.
It's like that promo that he cut after the match.
Yeah.
I mean, Cody has a lot of passion. That's why I'm just at a loss for words. It could be anything really. And I read something the other day when it came out. Somebody had one thought that Cody wanted to prove Vince wrong. I think he did prove Vince wrong,
Yeah.
But, does it, how does that even, I don't know. To me, it doesn't make sense.
some people are trying to blame it on the crowd reaction that he's been getting lately, but he doesn't have a thin skin. He's not Ronda Rousey. I'm sorry. He's not going to take that personally. He grew up in the wrestling business. He knows how it works. He knows that fans can be for you or against you at a drop of a hat.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it changes multiple times in matches. Go see CM Punk versus Eddie Kingston, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to give a boo boo face and go home just because the fans were booing him. That doesn't make any sense.
I'll say too, Brandy handles the crowd better than Ronda does.
Yeah, and
Mm,
she gets a worse reaction than Ronda does
yes.
too. So now,
And I don't wanna discount her involvement either because Brandy um to me Brandy had to work harder than anybody else just because, she was Cody's wife,
yeah,
married into the family. Brandy already had a history before. So it was
hmm
she had to she had to prove herself and I think she did a good job. I think the idea she had for AEW, especially with the heels and things like that.
yeah, that stuff was really good.
Yes, and sh- kudos to her for even attempting that. I didn't go on heels very much, but they're a female wrestling fan community. I mean, that's cool that she would say, "Hey, you know what? Let's do something about this." You know,
hmm
because too many times females get together and it's not good. It no
Right.
and if you throw pro wrestling in the equation, it's bad. I lived through it. I know.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the men can be bad enough in the pro wrestling world. I don't want to imagine
Right.
just a
Ooh.
bunch of cackly women.
Mm.
I don't
That,
want to know how that is.
yeah. But yeah, Brandy, Brandy's a mama now. So like it wouldn't have been near as a surprise. So when it was said that she was leaving too, it didn't surprise me, but Cody is the big one for me. Like,
Yeah.
what? Huh? It
And
just doesn't make sense.
to me, it also doesn't make sense that he didn't have to also wrestle all the time, and now he's going to go back to that 5 day a week schedule. I mean, seriously, when you have a little baby, you could have been home the majority of the time with your baby, and now you're going to be on the road all the time. If the rumors are true that he's going back to WWE, which they've been reporting it on like Fightful Select and stuff. And,
Mhm.
Sean Ross Sapp is the one who broke the news about CM Punk and Brian Danielson. So he's
Yeah.
not exactly not, ringside news or anything or whatever. But so,
Yeah, he's not blowing smoke. So
right.
just in what like I think the big question is what capacity because you can't be seriously thinking that the tables are turned and you can do what you want. I don't think that's happening.
No way.
Mm-mm.
There's still one big head honcho in the place, and that's Vince McMahon, and he gets all the says. He gives out all the yeses and all the nos, and nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to do it. He's not going to. So
Yeah, it's a wait and see. Whatever he does, it's gonna be big news, and I just hope it's good for everybody involved.
yeah,
That's all I
but
can say.
I know it's crazy. We're gonna move on, everybody. We're still gonna stay in AEW. Well, we're kind of in limbo land now, but we're gonna know where we're at. We're gonna go back to AEW and talk about last night's Dynamite episode. I actually thought that this was pretty decent. Um,
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't as much wrestling, but I think they did a ton of character and storyline work last night. That was really neat.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's the main thing with these shows too, is you have to let them talk a little bit and things like that. But WWE does it too much versus AEW. I feel like I'm not bored when they talk,
yeah,
on AEW because they get to the point. They don't draw it out for 15 minutes,
the 20-minute Triple
Uh,
H promo.
Yes, exactly. And the one good example is Mox and Danielson. That was so good last night.
Yeah,
Danielson was like hyping it up, like, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, and you know, Moxley was talking about their past and how he's never
I
beat
love that part.
Brian, and that he's
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what, I was listening to you, and it sounds pretty good. The
Mm-hmm.
possibilities are good, but I'm not saying yes and I'm not
Not
saying
saying
no,
no.
but I'm not going to walk with somebody unless I bleed with them first.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So I was like,
That's right,
uh-huh.
honey. Mox said what he said. Oh.
Yeah. Like, okay.
He was doing his little arm movement to just make
Oh
me
gosh, his
oof.
little goofy walk, I don't know what it is about it, but I love
Oh,
it.
it is so hot to me. Don't mind me. It's just the fangirl comes alive. You're just like, gosh, stop. But yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
So obviously they're going to have a match at Revolution, I think.
I
It's
think
gonna
so.
be good.
Yeah.
And if they do some kind of faction, that would be awesome.
I know it was like a couple weeks ago when Brian Danielson was talking about it, and everybody, he's the heel, so you're supposed to not like any idea he has. But I was like sitting there going, you know what? I would love to see that. Let's do it.
Right. I'm like, yeah, come on now. What do you got to lose? Nothing. It
Right?
would be badass for sure.
Also, we have to talk about. We'll get to the best part in just a second, but we have to talk about the backstage segment with Mercedes Martinez and Dr. Britt Baker. Hold on, everybody. I'm sorry. Dr. Britt. And they had a special. She had a special guest. She has a new sensei, probably just for
Mm-hmm.
this episode. But I thought it was so cool that I don't know what his real name is, so forgive me. But the actor who plays John Kreese was there, and he was telling her, "Well, you know what to do. No mercy." So that was a neat little touch. I liked that, and their match later on was really awesome.
Yeah, I saw Thunder Rosa out there with her Kill Bill inspired gear, flying
Mhm.
off the flying off the you know what I'm
Yeah,
my mind just went blank. Flying off the side of the crowd on the
right.
handle, just staircase handles or whatever.
Yeah, that was a really good match, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, we finally have it, Sarah. We have a real storyline around our AEW Women's
Yeah.
title. I've been asking for it forever, and I finally get it. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
to me, it looks like that it's not going to be a title match quite yet at Revolution. To me, it looks like that they're building up maybe Mercedes and Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter at Revolution, and I think that will be really good.
Yeah, it definitely was that was definitely a swerve them turning on Mercedes Martinez.
Mm-hmm.
when in fact Mercedes was, brought in to take out Thunder Rosa.
Right.
So now the tables have turned, and now they got a common enemy.
Yeah. Well, she didn't do her job, so, take her out.
Yeah.
Tim, our friend Tim, says that John Kreese is his hero.
Hey Tim, how
Yeah.
you doing?
And he also says that Serena Deeb needs to be next.
Serena Deeb is on fire. Oh my
Yeah, she
gosh.
is.
The professor. I mean, oh God, I love her.
5-minute rookie challenges every week. The next one is this Friday.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
I just, you know, she was just so criminally underrated, especially when she was in WWE. Like people that didn't know her beyond that, I mean, they're really missing out. They really are.
Yeah. Yeah, I like what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. We'll talk about this and then we'll get into the really good part. CM Punk started the show out sitting
Mm-hmm.
in his pipe bomb stance, cross legged, in the middle of the ring with a box of Valentines, or so we thought. Was talking about MJF and how MJF kind of rips him off a little bit
Mm-hmm.
about I'm better than you. Oh, we have to do it, don't we? Yeah.
I'm better than you, and you know it.
I'm sorry, guys. I have too much fun with that stuff. And he just keeps talking, and then he says, I thought about a cage match, but he's a weasel. Well, he didn't say he's a weasel. I added that part in.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to run away, so he can run away from a cage too quick. And Wardlow or somebody else can get involved too easily. So we're gonna make this interesting. And he pulls out dog collars with a chain, and it looks like we'll have MJF versus the CM Punk in a dog collar match at Revolution.
He said, "Will you be my Valentine?"
Yeah, he did.
I kind of like the correlation because Greg the Hammer Valentine, and yeah.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't catch that right away until you said something about that, and I was like, "Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
cool. That's
Yep.
really cool." And MJF, his music plays, and he comes out there. He has a microphone, but for once, he's speechless, and he doesn't have anything to say. What a swerve! That was pretty cool.
CM Punk got in MJF's head. I mean,
Yes.
especially when he pulled out that photo of MJF as a kid taking a picture with him.
Yeah.
That's what's so cool about today. You could bring that stuff up. And he was like,
know.
he was like, you met me. Probably the day you met me was the best day of your life. For me, it was just a Friday. And I was like, oh. And he was like, and then he was like, the price you pay to see me that day won't compare to the price that you pay to, when you face me in Revolution. And I thought that was really, really well done. And just, oh God, it just reminds you why CM Punk is just so good on the microphone. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Uh,
I've, sometimes I still, like, he's been there for a half a year by now, right? 6 months, maybe a little bit longer. I haven't counted. But my goodness, sometimes I sit back and I look and I'm like, CM Punk is back in professional wrestling.
Dude, what a time to be alive. I mean,
right?
Cody actually did a tweet earlier today, and the last part of it was wrestling's thriving. He's right. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
It is thriving. Like, it hasn't been like this in years. I mean,
I know.
it's so fun.
It is. There's the majority of WWE. I mean, they have moments that I really enjoy, but for the most part, it's just like, but you know, what can you do?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've been on a Raw break, pretty much a WWE break. I was going to bring this up right quick. I know you heard the rumors about Stone Cold and
Oh yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin possibly coming out of retirement to face Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 38. That's another rumor. I'm not against it, but I'm not for it either.
I don't know, man. At the same, you're just okay. I love Stone Cold. Okay, who doesn't?
Yes,
Who does not
right.
love Stone Cold? But at the same time, it's like he hadn't had a match in 19 years. He's always said he doesn't want to come back. That he's good. He rode off into the sunset. He's fine. He don't need to have another match. What in the heck is going on that making him think twice? And
I I don't know.
why can't they take that same energy that they do and going after these legends and having them come back? Why can't they put that same energy into actually building up new stars and making people
Hmm.
care about them?
Yeah, and the same goes for the petty stuff that they do. They focus more on that versus the petty stuff they do. You know, that with this medical advancement of neck fusion and all that, perhaps that might come into play. But I just I if anything else, I could see KO going out there just talking some mess at WrestleMania, and then Stone Cold come out and give him a stunner and tear his butt up or whatever. But
Yeah,
as far
I think
as a
they
match, I don't know. I don't think that's a good idea. But
I
then
don't
again, I don't work there, so
right. I mean, I think that they would probably do it as safe as possible. It wouldn't be that long. Stone Cold probably wouldn't take any bumps
right.
or very, very few, if any at all. And he,
Mhm.
it'd just be, kind of like brawlish than anything else if they
Mhm.
decided to do a match. But I don't see why they can't just do a Kevin Owens segment where he's talking a bunch of trash about Texas and he has the best stunner and all this stuff and just
Mhm.
give Stone Cold a tiny little moment at WrestleMania. He doesn't have to actually wrestle a match and everybody would still be happy to see him.
Mhm.
All right, we got a bunch of comments here.
Good. What y'all
Jen
got to
says,
say?
correction, MJF is my idol. Yeah, he's one of mine too. Oh, and we have our very first YouTube watcher
Oh,
ever. Mr.
nice.
Barry Barton says 869,000 equals thriving. Yeah, they need to do a little bit better about maybe attracting more fans to the product. I'll give you that. But as far as the actual storytelling and the quality of the show itself, just because you might not have a whole lot of viewers doesn't mean that the quality of show is down. It just means that they need to do better at marketing.
Mhm.
Our friend Ron from the Real Wrestling Community is in the house. He says hi,
Hi.
and that Stone Cold rolling bumps maybe, but flatbacks pass. Yeah, totally. That would I don't think that would be very good for him.
Are you going to come up here or not? Sorry.
That's okay. Mina is our little Peaches and Power Bombs mascot. She has to make an appearance at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually sent Tina a picture earlier. I was catching up on Dynamite, and I sent her a video too. Mina was just chilling on my lap,
Mm-hmm.
getting ready for her close up because she's all about that diva life.
Yep. Okay, we're going to talk about the best part of Dynamite.
And if you know us, you know what it is.
Yep. Nobody. Nobody. Nobody again.
Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Don't fight me!
That's right.
Yeah,
Fight me.
he said it all over to Chris Jericho. Not technically, but spirit.
He was thinking it.
we are a little bit biased here at Peaches and Power Bombs, and we are not ashamed to, acknowledge that Eddie Kingston is probably our favorite, and we love him, and we are happy that his eye healed up, so he is back
Mm-hmm.
after injury, and it looks like we're getting a match between him and Chris Jericho at Revolution.
That we kind of subtly predicted.
We did.
We
We didn't know
suddenly
it at the
predicted
time.
it. Yeah.
Back in December, Sarah and I was at Dynamite at a show here in Atlanta, and we got
Mhm.
to meet for the first time. And Sarah was wearing a Chris Jericho t-shirt, and
Yep.
I was wearing an Eddie Kingston t-shirt. And I think one of us noticed it a week or two ago, and we had a good laugh over that about how
Yeah,
ridiculous.
you were the one that noticed it, and I was like,
Oh, okay.
you know what? We might be on to something. Hey, you never know. They might have saw our picture and was like, you know what? That sounds really good. I don't know. I'm just coming up with stuff. Don't mind me.
Yeah. Well, the match itself was Santana and Ortiz versus Chris Jericho and Jake Hager. Jake Hager looked like $1,000,000. He looked awesome. And
Mm-hmm.
I love Santana and Ortiz. They're one of my favorite tag teams in AEW. And they just need a run with them tag titles. I'd love to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say it, but it feels like the tag team division is kind of floundering right now with the titles on Jurassic Express, and I really like them. They're not bad, but I just feel like there's nothing going on there, and so if it was me, I would probably take the titles off of Jurassic Express and put it on either FTR or Santana and Ortiz or a team like that that's
They're
very.
supposed to be doing something in the next couple of weeks, right? With the tag match, it was
I think
something
they're
to
having
that.
are they having some kind of a tournament? I think I read
Yeah,
something
I
about it,
think
but I don't
so.
remember.
I
Okay.
remember seeing something about it, but I wasn't really paying attention. Kids.
Right. Right. Okay, last but not least on our list for our Dynamite, and then we'll get into Elimination Chamber. We probably won't go over the whole card because it's long and half the matches are ugh.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have an Adam versus Adam match maybe down the line.
Yeah.
Adam Cole versus Hangman Adam Page, and maybe my husband Adam can be the special guest referee if we have to. I I love me some Hangman Adam Page, but you can tell he struggles just a little bit on the mic, a little bit. That doesn't mean he's terrible at it. He's decent enough, but I'm looking forward to Adam Cole and Adam Page,
It'll
and
be good.
they had another segment backstage with the Young Bucks and um, Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby
Mm-hmm.
Fish, and they were asking, "Hey, Young Bucks, where were you?" You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
because yeah, Fish and O'Reilly attacked Hangman Page there. Yep.
right, right, and then the
Mm-hmm.
Dark Order came in for the
Mm-hmm.
save, and
Mm-hmm.
number 10 just went nuts on some security guards. That was funny.
Yes.
Next week on Rampage, number 10 versus random security guy. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
He was probably a plant.
Uh,
It's all good.
Carlos says he needs his drink back. I don't think so. I'm okay with him. It was amusing, I guess. It was funny segments with him being backstage in the bar with Private Party and stuff. It was amusing, but I really like the story that they told at Full Gear with him getting his
Mm-hmm.
confidence back and things like that and overcoming all that stuff. So I just wish that they kept the momentum going forward. I guess Nothing's as fun as the chase.
Yeah, well, going back to what you said about him lacking in mic power, nobody's perfect, even some of the greatest, they're good in the ring, but on the microphone, just don't handle microphone. Brock Lesnar's the perfect example.
Hey,
I'm sick.
recently he's been awesome and extremely funny and entertaining. And oh man, when he did that selfie with Austin Theory,
That was funny. That was funny.
oh man, that was great. I loved it.
I think
really,
that's one
really
of the
did.
high points of WWE is Austin Theory's selfies.
Yeah,
They are pretty funny.
Brock Lesnar has kind of, I won't say reinvented himself, but just shown a different side of him lately since he's come back, and it's been so refreshing and a lot of fun to watch to me.
Well, that's always good.
You're like, I'm not giving you nothing,
Mm-mm.
nothing.
Mm-mm. I can't stand them.
I know. Okay, that's a good segue into talking about
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber, and then we'll send everybody home. Uh, First off, we'll talk about the WWE Championship, which will be in the Elimination Chamber. Bobby Lashley, our champion, versus Brock Lesnar, versus Seth Rollins, versus Austin Theory, versus Matt Riddle, versus AJ Styles. Who do you got?
I want Bobby to retain, but I know Brock's going to win.
Yeah, I'll actually agree with you on that. Um, I'm a huge Brock Lesnar fan, as I've already stated. But Bobby Lashley just got the title back not too long ago, right?
I wonder if Roman is going to have any kind of hand in the outcome of the match.
I don't know. How would he get in there?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be
Stranger things have happened. I'll say that.
okay. Ron is on my side. He says Brock has been killing it on the mic, and reality is that he could always talk. Yeah, his voice was not imposing enough, but now he gets to be himself, so it's perfect. Yeah, when he was doing the whole "I'm a monster" rah 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 thing, him being with Paul Heyman made the most sense. But now when he's just Farmer Brock right now, so he's still intimidating, but he gets to show that he's funny too and has a good time. So it's okay that he talks for himself. And I do believe I do really think that Bobby Lashley should retain at Elimination Chamber, but like you said, I have a feeling it'll be Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, because we can't have nice things in WWE.
Speaking of not nice things, we have the Universal Championship, not in an in a chamber match, just a regular match. Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. Who wants this?
Nobody.
In the words of our friend Bianca.
Girl.
Nobody wants that.
No. Poor Tribal Chief. We still love our Tribal Chief at Peaches and Power Bombs.
Yes, we do.
Easily, Roman's going to win.
Yeah.
I don't see Goldberg winning.
No. And honestly, if you look at it this way, it's okay-ish, okay? Goldberg has one more match left on his contract, and he's got to do it somewhere. And it's a good thing that it's on a throwaway pay-per-view and not at WrestleMania. So
maybe that's where maybe he was going to go to WrestleMania, but Cody got that instead. I don't know. I'm just being silly.
Carlos is saying if Goldberg wins, he will probably only have it until WrestleMania. There is
Ugh.
no way on this planet that Goldberg is going to win. I, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll be going up to WWE like this.
Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Don't fight me!
I will summon my inner Eddie Kingston and go, no.
Mm-hmm. Vince will be telling you, that's good shit, pal. I told you.
Not, it's awful. Okay, moving on. This match I'm looking forward to the most on the card. It is for the Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch versus Lita. I am so excited about this match.
Me too.
I think it might be the only match I might be excited about, but that's okay.
Why they have to have it here, I don't know, but I'm glad it's happening.
Yeah, maybe Lita just, I don't know. Maybe they had plans for WrestleMania and Lita wanted to do something, or they just brought her in.
I don't know.
I did hear that she does not have any long-term plans for WWE. This seems to be like a one and done type thing, at least for now. That's okay too. Everybody loves Lita. She was my favorite female wrestler when I was 11 because she could do everything like the dudes could. So
that's why I started dyeing my hair red, was because of Lita, and I got to tell her that when I met her in California. She's like, that's awesome.
Hold on just a second. Keep talking.
All right. Yeah, I think, this is a dream match.
Yeah.
I don't think Lita will win by any means. But I think her and Becky will have a good throwdown. I just love the fact that Lita's able to come back and wrestle again. And, she's already wrestled. Didn't she already wrestle? No, that was Trish that wrestled Charlotte. Never mind.
Yes.
But seeing Lita and Becky Lynch, which Becky is amazing in her own right. Yeah, this is dream match caliber.
Yeah.
Hopefully the match won't be a disservice to either of them.
I don't think it will be.
I hope not. So I wish it was at WrestleMania, but it is what it is. I'm just glad we're getting it.
Yep. Lita also had a tag, besides her Royal Rumble appearances, she did have a tag match at Evolution. It was her and Trish versus Alicia Fox and Mickie James. There we go. So she has wrestled a little bit, just not a whole lot.
Yeah, periodically.
I don't think she'll have any problems. And Carlos says Becky is going to win. Lita is not full time. If Lita wins, she won't have it for long. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
No. Okay, the next match that I want to talk about. Okay, we'll talk about the last two women's matches. The other three matches, I'll just announce them, and there's really nothing to talk about with these other three matches. Usos versus the Viking Raiders for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. We know the Usos are going to win. There ain't no. Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Who cares? I'm sorry. And Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. I'm sure that match will be fine too. I just, take it or leave it. Okay. Now we will get on. We have a second Elimination Chamber match, and it is for the number one contendership for the Raw Women's Championship. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley versus Nikki ASH versus Bianca Belair versus Doudrop versus Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss will make her return to the ring.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I figured it would be her as a surprise entrant.
Right.
Yeah, Alexa kind of, I don't know if she's got injury issues or what, but it's kind of like stop and start with her a lot of times. But whenever Alexa is in a storyline, she knocks it out of the park. So
yeah, I
I'm
know.
hoping all that's behind her now as far as the issues go.
Mhm. I know a lot of people knock on her Lily doll and this creepy little character or whatever, but her dolls actually do make a ton of money on WWE Shop. So she's doing something right.
And you know what? Younger girls, like little girls, they probably look up to her. And, so I think having Lily on sale, I think that's a good idea. Like the Barbie dolls and stuff. Tina, we didn't have that growing up. We
No.
have we have bra and panty matches,
Yeah. We
bikini contests, diva search. Need
we
I
had
say
to
more?
change the channel before our mom walked in and she would be like, "What are you watching
Hmm.
that for?"
So like it's awesome to see stuff like Lily, for little girls, and they look up to Alexa, the Barbie dolls that they have. I got a
Mhm.
Becky Lynch Barbie doll. Where is she?
That's
She
cool.
just she's just standing back here.
I mean,
It's
I
not
think
fixing to
I
TV,
think the Lily
but
doll is silly and all that is silly and it doesn't really appeal to me all that much, but I
Mhm.
don't think it's for me. I'm not
Right.
buying a doll. So whoever is buying the dolls, that's who that is for and kudos to
Mhm.
them. Kudos to them.
Yeah. I'm just glad that's positive, That's
Yes.
that's definitely a positive.
And last but not least, we have a third women's match on the Elimination Chamber card, which is incredible. Thinking about how the women weren't even allowed to come over when they first started going over there, and now there are
To
three
Saudi
matches
Arabia,
for the
yeah.
women on the card. Right.
I was
We
just
have
going to
Ronda
say something
Rousey
about
and
that.
Naomi, yes, versus Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville.
Okay.
I don't know why this was necessary at the moment. I think I know what they're doing. They're trying to give them over there all their star power, but Ronda's not quite ready to work a full match yet, so they created this tag team match
Well, and
to
then
continue with
Naomi
the
and
Charlotte story.
yeah, Naomi and Sonya Deville have been having a build up feud for the last few months too. So
Yeah.
I don't think it should come to a culmination here. I would hope to see Naomi and Sonya one on one at WrestleMania because of all the effort that's been put into it. All the attention Sonya's been getting.
Hmm.
And she even they went as far as to bring Cameron back just to distract Naomi. I mean, all this stuff, it feels like a WrestleMania match to me. And so it might be a prelude to that, more focusing on Charlotte and Ronda.
Right. I think they've actually um, been building this longer than they have a lot of their
Mm-hmm.
marquee matches coming up for WrestleMania, and that's interesting to me
Mm-hmm.
that they've been doing it's had its rough patches where you're like, okay, whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
they've it's been a continuation, and you really just want to see Naomi knock that girl out on her butt. So
When she does, it's going to be awesome.
yeah, yeah,
Oh my gosh. It's coming. I hope it's at
it's coming.
WrestleMania though, and not on the pre-show. I mean, even if they open WrestleMania, I would be fine with that.
Yeah, yeah. Opening WrestleMania is actually a huge honor. So
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar says he either wants to be first or last and not in between. So,
Mhm.
well, he is a big name, Sarah. Take it or leave it. Okay, girl, do you have anything else for us to talk about before we send these lovely people home?
Hmm, no, I don't think so. I didn't even write anything down, so apparently not. I
You did a
haven't caught
great
up.
job just going off the cuff. That's great.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So,
All right.
Yes, I know it was kind of sudden, but and not regular time either. So
Yeah. Yeah.
just kind of wanted
That's
to talk
that's
about it
on
for a
me.
few. Yes, just wanted to talk about stuff for a few minutes and kind of give our thoughts on it. It's definitely WrestleMania season.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say that.
It's in the air. It's in the air.
hmm
All right, everybody. If you are not familiar with our YouTube channel, I want to invite you guys here on Facebook, especially, to go and give a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We kind of abandoned it for a little while, but we are bringing our YouTube channel back. And um, at the beginning of the middle of last year, I started, and Sarah started working on some too. We started this series called the Storybook Series, where we take a wrestling storyline and we read it like it's a child's bedtime story. And our Hangman Adam Page Part 1 got over 4,000 views on that. I think it's at 4.3, and I was supposed to put part two out, finishing it out right around Christmas, but I got really sick and wasn't able to do it. But I managed to put it out yesterday. So part two of the Hangman's Tale is now up on our YouTube channel. So go over there and, watch part one and then watch part two. And we also have another one up about MJF, and it's called The Rat Who Wanted to Be King. And we just love making these videos and we want to make more in the future. So go over there and give us some love on our little videos. Also, we have a very special guest coming up, and I will not spoil who it is, but we are very excited to have him on. So we'll have that up on our YouTube and our Facebook channel, so that it'll be pre-recorded and we'll load it up at a
hmm
later date. But we're excited to bring new content to you guys, so keep watching, keep commenting, and we hope that y'all have a good weekend. Enjoy Elimination Chamber on Saturday, and we will catch you guys at a later date.
Hi.
Bye.